Our body is constantly attacked by pathogens. When these pathogens get inside our body, our immune system has two types of responses, the innate and the adaptive or acquired immune response. In our previous video, Body Defenses Against Pathogens, we learnt about our body's first line of defense, the innate immune system. This video introduces us to the second line of defense, which is the acquired or adaptive immune system. If you like what you see on our channel, please like, share, subscribe and turn on notifications. If pathogens cannot be controlled by our innate immune system, then the more specialized and specific adaptive or acquired immune system kicks in. Before we delve deeper into adaptive immune response, let us understand the terms antigens and antibodies. Antigens are substances that our immune system detects as being foreign, such as the cell wall of bacteria or a virus protein that stimulate the immune response. Antibodies, on the other hand, are small proteins made by our own white blood cells that can lock onto these foreign antigens and then act as signals to tell our white blood cells to locate and destroy them. The adaptive immune response is built up as we are exposed to diseases or get vaccinated, which means that it is not present at birth. It is the second line of defense. Adaptive immunity is diverse, meaning it can recognize almost an infinite number of specific antigens and mount a specific response against each of them. The response interval is slower than innate immunity, but it is highly effective against pathogens. Now let us understand how does the adaptive immune response work. The white blood cells called the lymphocytes are a part of the adaptive immune system. There are two types of lymphocytes, T cells and B cells. Both are produced from the stem cells in the bone marrow. The B cells mature in the bone marrow, whereas the T cells mature in the thymus. The T cells can be further divided into helper T cells and killer T cells. The functions of helper T cells are to trigger the B cells to develop into plasma cells and to activate the killer T cells to attack and destroy the infected host cell by damaging its cell membrane. B cells have a receptor on their surface that allows them to only bind to an antigen that has a very specific shape. This first encounter with the antigen activates the B cells. The helper T cells also helps in activating the B cells. Some B cells undergo rapid cell division or mitosis and change into memory B cells which remain in the body and remember that specific antigen but do not get active at this point. The rest of the B cells change into plasma cells. Plasma cells produce antibodies that are specific to the antigen that stimulated their production. In other words, plasma cells produce antibodies specific to the antigens that were initially bound to the B cell. The antibodies are then released into the blood. The antibodies do not destroy the invading pathogens by themselves, but attach themselves to the pathogens, tagging them, which acts like a signal to other immune cells like the phagocytes to engulf and destroy them. After the first encounter with an antigen, it may take a while for the right lymphocyte to recognize the pathogen and then a few days more for it to produce a big enough clone to make enough of the specific antibody to kill the pathogen. In the meantime, the pathogen breeds, making us ill. Thus, the primary response is slow. Eventually, however, the lymphocytes get the upper hand and we get better. But thereafter, whenever B cells encounter the same antigen for the second time, the long-lasting memory B cells very quickly recognize the antigen, rapidly multiply, change into plasma cells and produce antibodies specifically to that particular antigen, destroying the pathogen. This secondary immune response is quick, very effective and highly specific, which is the reason why people do not contract chickenpox or measles more than once, and that vaccination can prevent certain disorders. Stay tuned as we learn more about antibodies in our next tutorial. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages listed in the description box below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned as we explore the world of science with Science Excel.